Oh, yeah. Hello, everybody.
Welcome back to the Time on Feet podcast. My name is George.
Oh, my name's Alyssa.
Yeah, usually you do that part.
You started the intro. My name is Alyssa, and your name is George, like you said. That really threw me off. But welcome back to our bonus episode,
Special bonus episode.
race recap.
Yep.
The start of race season 2026.
Mm-hmm.
So today
Week 1
is the day that I completed my marathon, and then last weekend you completed yours.
at Calgary.
Yeah, so we wanted to do a bit of as you can see our bling. If you are watching this on Spotify or YouTube, you can see we're wearing our race medals like big old nerds, but
You can barely see my race medal because it's so small.
it's so puny.
But it's there, I promise you.
It was at a much smaller race.
Yeah.
But yeah, and we just wanted to hop on here real quick and do a like kind of post-race recap, kind of bonus episode for you guys if you're interested. Because you've
Just in
heard
time.
us. Yeah. Yeah.
Sort of thing.
And you've heard us talk about like in our check-ins all of our like training stuff and if we're
Right.
feeling tired or fatigued and that sort of thing. So I thought it would be cool to
Yeah, I think a lot of what we've talked about is kind of leading up to this last week.
Yeah.
Doing our marathons,
Mhm.
our road marathons.
Road marathons, yeah. So we primarily trail run, I would say, but I've been gearing up all season for this road run. And I like to do 2 marathons a year plus trail runs, but
I like to do no marathons a year.
Yeah.
And trail runs.
So
First off, though, cheers.
Yeah, cheers.
Cheers
to us.
We're going to cheers
Cheers.
our Sawback.
We got a sour beer.
Sour beer. Sawback, friend of the show.
Friend of the show. friend of our fridge. I don't know if they're a friend of the show.
Our first corporate sponsor, we hope.
Fake news. Hashtag fake news.
But if you want to, go ahead.
Yeah, we wouldn't say no because we drink it all the time. So, plug for you. But
should we start with me?
Yeah.
Because I was first.
I think so. Last weekend.
Race recap.
So last weekend you ran your very first marathon.
Yeah.
Road marathon ever. So you've done, the interesting thing is that you basically ran, started kind of doing 5K runs on the road way back when. When we met, you more or less jumped right into ultras.
Yeah.
And so you've never actually done a road marathon.
No.
So I guess walk us through that experience, kind of give us your race recap.
Yeah.
How was it?
Well, yeah, I know it was fun. I think as a catch-all, it was a lot of fun. It went way better than I ever could have anticipated it going. So
yeah,
I think it was a win. I mean, we've talked, for those of you who've listened to the podcast, and I'm sure anybody listening to this has listened to our podcast, you know that there's been a bit of lead up. We've been training. Alyssa's been training a lot. I've been training a little bit for my marathon, and I didn't have a ton of expectations going in, which was really nice.
That is nice,
I came in and I cared. It wouldn't be fair to say I didn't care because I always care.
Yeah.
When I put myself in that situation, I want to do well, but I don't know necessarily what well looks like. And for me, going in, I thought if I can run it and feel good and have fun, then that's success.
Yeah.
So I guess the bar in a sense was low. I just had to have fun, and that would have been success.
Just as far as expectations goes.
As far as expectations go. And timing wise, like I had a loose idea of what I think I could have done.
Yeah.
And we had talked about that, and I think I had said 3:45. I think on one of our pods I had said that was kind of a goal, and maybe that was just you and I having a discussion.
Yeah.
But in my mind, I'm like, well, that's I think I can attain that. And so that was me playing it safe in a public forum. But like full on
for fear of ridicule.
Like knowing that probably I could get close to a 3:30.
Yeah.
So that was really my goal.
That turned into your goal, didn't it? Like sub 3:30 or
was a 3:30.
3:30, yeah.
Or around 3:30, and it was a loose goal because I don't have a watch. I'm not checking my pace. I don't really know unless I'm pulling my phone out all the time. I did pull my phone out a few times and I dropped it once, but I ended up running 3:26:59 gun time. It was faster than that chip time. I don't know what it was. It was a little faster.
Oh, really?
Yeah, 324 something though. Still, it was
Yeah.
still 324s, which is extraordinary.
Yeah.
I did not think I would touch that.
That's
I
incredible.
didn't think I'd go under 325, which is great. And the way I ended up doing that was really good. It was, I ended up.
How was your
fueling well?
Yeah, fueling strategy.
Is that your question?
Yeah.
Well, that's where I was going.
Perfect.
Yeah, it was good. I fueled. I drank nothing but whiskey and ate carbohydrates for 5 days prior to running. And boy, was I good.
Boy, was I happy on course.
Mm-hmm. No, fueled really well. Had a high carb sort of strategy going in, and I took in a lot of sodium a few days prior, carb loaded a few days prior, and then race day. Ended up taking I'll just lay it out there so people know.
Yeah.
So I've never done a training run or a race where I've really had a fueling strategy other than eat when you're hungry or drink when you're thirsty.
Yeah.
Sort of thing.
So did you go into this with a different mindset?
With the fueling, yeah. I was like, hell, why not try this? Because people seem to think it's amazing. And we just did is that pod out? Did we do our fueling?
I don't think it's out quite yet, but it's been top of mind for us for sure.
For a while. So we're going to, no, it is. We talked, it's out.
Okay.
Yeah, it's out.
Sorry.
It's okay. I remember because Blaze left a comment. High carb.
Hi, Blaze.
So I went in with a bit of a carb load and appropriate ingestion strategy. And I stuck to it. And by golly, it worked out.
What was your strategy specifically?
I took a gel. We had just kind of stumbled on that, like taking one before.
Mm-hmm.
So I think I took it about 20 minutes before. Yeah. Morton
100?
160.
160, yeah.
Morton 160. And then I took a Morton 320 drink mix as well as a Tailwind, the watermelon one.
Yeah.
The dogs are barking.
Sorry.
Dogs are barking.
We're a dog-friendly establishment.
Yeah. Wild. I think the mics are picking that up.
Yeah.
The Morton 360 drink mix, which is 80 grams of carbs, and then the Tailwind, which was 50, but 50 grams of carbs and like 650 milligrams of sodium. Wow. So I did that, and then 3 gels in the first 21K. And
wow. Both of the drinks plus the 3 gels.
Plus the 3 gels.
Wow.
Which were Morton 100s. Okay. The 3 gels. So those are 30 grams of carbs per gel.
Gotcha.
So that would have been simple math on 70. It would have been about 220 grams of carbs in the first hour and a half.
Wow.
And that was around, what time did I get to you? Around an hour 35?
Yeah.
Somewhere in there. And so my pace was good. It was under 5 minutes per kilometer.
Mm-hmm. And then time. I met you at kilometer 21.
Yeah.
And I had another drink mix and another water glass.
With that.
Passed it off to you.
Yeah. And that was another Tailwind.
Yeah.
And then 3 more gels. So on the back half, I took 500 mils of water and 500 mils of Tailwind, and then 3 Morton 100s, one of which was a caffeine, which hit really good. And I would take those the gels were probably about every 7K. I'd take a gel.
Okay.
On the first half. And then the second half, I went like I think it was probably one every 5K.
Okay. Wow.
Yeah.
Okay. That's a lot.
That worked out. So it was a lot to take in, but I felt good. My guts were good. And for those of you listening, I never feel good when I do any
road running specifically. So then trails, how was your muscles and like your fatigue and all of that?
Yeah, everything felt great. I was waiting for the wheels to fall off, so to speak, and they didn't. I thought, hey, I'm going to start cramping this. So my race went really quite smooth. All the half marathon. So I did the Woodies. I don't think we even mentioned it. The Woodies marathon. Red Deer marathon. This is my fancy. Mm-hmm. You can't see it because it's so small.
So tiny.
It's so little. But it's nice. It's silvery, and we can do better next year.
I'll suggest that.
For those of you who are on the Woodies board that are here in the studio,
strong suggestion.
You can make it better.
Yeah.
The lanyard's too short.
Honestly, comparing it to this one, it's like, this is heavy. Like my neck hurts.
Calgary did it right.
Yeah.
Red Deer, we got room for improvement. But my race registration was cheaper.
Much cheaper, actually. So, yeah.
But so I did Woody's, and at the start, all the half marathoners are out there with you, so it's busy.
Yeah.
There's a bunch of people,
and you saw people you knew, which was nice.
Yeah, and this is my hometown, so we know the trails. Every single foot of path and road that we ran, I've ran many times before, and it's that familiarity gave me comfort going in that at least nothing was going to catch me by surprise in terms of the terrain. I knew it all. And I'm comfortable running Red Deer paths.
Yeah.
It's beautiful. Red Deer's got a gorgeous parks and trail system.
Yeah.
But it's different than the major city road marathons.
Running. Yeah.
It's just not really the same thing. So for me, it went well. I came out kind of those first 10K. It was just about, I found one of my friends, and she told me she was running 4:30. And I'm like, oh, perfect. I can do that for a while. So I ran with her for probably 8-9K, and then they turned off, and I had to go my own way. And I followed a gentleman that looked like Forrest Gump. He was dressed kind of like Forrest Gump. He did well. So I followed him until I couldn't, which was pretty much when I met you, around the halfway point. But he was going about the same pace, I figured. So got to around 1:35-ish, somewhere in that range. Maybe a little longer than that. I don't know. But it felt great. I felt really good.
Yeah.
Met you and saw back Tom.
Yeah.
Got my gear.
We were your hype squad.
Yeah. And then, 20 to 30, I wasn't overly worried about that distance because we've done a bunch of our long runs in that time domain. And I was like, I can do this. I know that pain.
Yes.
I know that will feel uncomfortable. But I was really worried about 30 and on. And so I hit 30.
Why were you worried about that?
Well, that was a PR. I've never gone more than 30K on a road.
On the road, yeah.
Ever. So that was worrying. And I usually cramp. So I usually start getting bad quad cramps around 27K into any run that we've done. And I shouldn't say any run. Our training runs, our long runs in the last few months, I'd not been getting cramping. But prior to that, 100% of the time I would get cramping around the late 20s. And it goes away. It would come, but it would go.
Yeah.
And I saw that 30K marker at the very north end of the Riverbend area. And that's when I told myself, okay, this is when the race gets real. You got 12K left. Keep your tempo, keep moving. And
that's when the marathon starts.
That's kind of when and it sounds like hokey or maybe
that's
pretentious, but
a
marathon can start at kilometer 1, depending on your
but that's
level, right?
If you are a marathon runner, that is what they say, because almost anyone, if you've done a half, anyone can do up to 30. But the bonk rate and the failure rate after kilometer 30 is massive. Yeah. And so they say kilometer 30 is when the marathon really does start. Yeah.
And that's what I told myself in my mind. It was very distinct. We talked about that after, and I remember that moment where I'm like, okay, visual, take a picture. Here's where the run starts. But at the same time, the way that this race was laid out, that was the home stretch. It was the furthest point away from the finish line. So I knew basically every step after that was a step in the right direction toward the finish line. And it went really good. I mean, one foot in front of the other. It was more effort. I think that's when, for me, it was like, okay, you have to put more effort out. And what I was telling myself is if it doesn't hurt, you're not going fast enough. And if it hurts too much, you're going too fast.
Yeah.
So that's how I paced it. At that point, I had pulled my phone out and dropped it and had to stop and pick up my phone. And then I just tucked the thing away for the rest of the race. And my pace was roughly what I thought it was, which was somewhere between a 4:30 and a 4:50, somewhere in that range. And just kept lumbering along. I kind of switch up my gait a little bit because my legs were tired. And ended up kind of going with a quicker cadence and more of a hamstring driven shuffle, but that made me go faster. Than opening trying to open my hips up hurt too much. But I didn't cramp, and I was worried that whole time. I'm like, okay, cramps are coming. They're coming. And then he had about 7 or 6K left. I'm like, okay, I think I'm free and clear.
Yeah.
They'd come by now if they were going to come. And I slammed the rest of my tailwind and ran it out. And of course, Woody's go again. This is some feedback. They stick the hill. There's a hill right near the very end of the marathon, and it's like,
of course,
it's not a mountain, but it's
significant.
It's kind of a gnarly middle finger to everybody running the marathon. Like,
totally.
Hey, run up this hill, and then of course you get to come down.
You have a big hill to come down into the finish
which
line.
is pretty cool. And came down and of course was met by family and you and the kids, and the kiddos ran across the finish line.
Yeah, that was so cute.
Yeah, it was fun. And I felt good afterward. And
yeah, you were fine.
It was good.
You were like, okay, what should we do now?
We did a 12K trail run the next day. So I felt really good. And I mean, knock on wood, I hope everything that we do this season feels that good, because it was, and I don't want to sound conceited, but it went really, really well.
Everything just clicked.
Everything clicked. And I told you, and I'll tell the folks listening, I've never had a race where nothing went wrong and everything felt good. Yeah. And I have now. And that was it.
Which is interesting, because your first road marathon, where a lot of times things go wrong, but you're right. You've always had issues
with something
on trails or like any other race he's ever done. There's always been something. So it's not ever been a case
energy, gears, guts, whatever it might be, trail conditions. But everything was great. It was a little chilly. I think it was 0 or one or 2 to start. Like, it was cold
and a little windy,
but you don't notice. Once you get going, you don't notice. And for me, I run so hot, I sweat so much.
So that was
it was a blessing. Like, everything was perfect. If it was 20 degrees out, I probably wouldn't have finished it. But
totally. Well, no, you would have finished, but you would have been slower.
Oh, yeah.
You do slow down quite a bit in the heat. Yeah. No, it was really cool to see, and it was really great to watch. Not only you at the halfway mark, or almost halfway, but I knew you were coming, and I'm like, oh, he's fine. Like, just even because I've seen you when you're in like a world of hurt, or even when you're like, I don't know, like how this is going to go kind of thing. And you were totally fine.
Yeah, it was good. I did listen to music the whole time. I listened I always, like, people listen to music, but I listen to Spotify, not Spotify Premium.
Yeah.
So there's ads.
Doesn't want to pay.
And people might be like, you're a sadist. You listen to ads
while you run.
But I like the ads.
Sounds
they
like
break it
worst.
up. It's like a Super Bowl commercial in my brain.
Mm-hmm.
And when the music comes back on, I get more jazzed up to go. So it went well. That's not a strategy I implore others to utilize. You should probably just pay for the full premium package.
So let me ask you, now that you're full marathon, and you were kind of, like, to be completely real, you were kind of dreading it.
Yeah.
You don't really like you don't love road running. You don't hate it. But I would say you don't love training sorry. You don't love road running. There was a lot of times leading up to this run that you're like, why did I even sign up for this? This is crazy, because you really aren't jazzed about road.
That was
the day before
sentiment.
And just so people know too, which is interesting, because this was kind of the same story leading into my race, but we had particularly bad nights just with animals and kids and stuff, and we had absolutely no sleep on the Friday night. So we go into Saturday and we're both like zombie mode, and the whole week previously had been like really disjointed sleeps and stuff, no recovery. So we go into Saturday, the day before your race, and you're like, there's no way I'm running this tomorrow.
That's what I said.
And you were, and I was like, well, fair enough, because you were just,
it was on like day 3 or 4 of not sleeping.
It was really, really bad. And we just had a lot of like work busyness and stressors and cortisol raising things happen. And so for you to recover from that, you had a good sleep Saturday night.
I did, and that was it.
A world of a difference.
Yeah, well, I honestly, if I had not slept, I don't think I would have raced. It sounds like a bit of a cop-out, but sometimes it's a safety thing.
Yeah.
If you can't, I was barely functional.
You were barely.
So I think I rocked a good 5 or 6 hours of sleep that night, and I felt like a new human.
Yeah.
I'm so thankful, because I would have missed a great opportunity to do a really fun and hard thing.
Mm-hmm.
So thankful that everything went well. And maybe I sound like I'm shitting on Woody's for making these really puny completely
Medals.
insufficient medals. But I'm not. Like
No.
I'm poking fun. But no, in all seriousness, the medal's too small. But the race was fantastic. You guys
and it's a
did an
very
awesome job.
small marathon.
So small.
So small.
I mean, yeah, comparably.
Yeah. But yeah, no, it
was great. You guys rocked it. You put
Yeah.
on a good event.
Yeah.
Everything was great. All the volunteers were wonderful.
Yeah.
And I've not done a marathon, but I've done a half. I did a half in Victoria with you.
Yeah.
You did the full, and that was a completely different thing than Woody's. But the people that showed up were awesome. The aid stations were great.
Yeah.
And I felt supported. There was a lot of cheering.
Yeah.
And it was a great experience.
What was your favorite part?
Seeing you.
At the end.
And the kids at the end.
At the corner. Yeah. That was so cute.
It was a lot of fun.
Yeah. I was like, hey, kids, go, go, go. And then they ran across with
I
you,
look forward
which was
to
so
that
special.
the entire time.
Yeah.
And it was a lot of
And
fun.
then was there anything that was your least favorite?
I don't think so. No, it was a good learning experience.
Mm-hmm.
And again, everything played to my needs.
Yeah.
The weather was perfect for me. A lot of people would probably say the weather was too cold, and that would be a bad thing. But for me, it was great. And everything went well.
Yeah.
So I can't, honestly, can't poke holes at anything.
Yeah.
Yeah. Nothing was bad. I didn't get a blister. Nothing hurt.
And selfishly, I'm happy you've experienced the road marathon.
Yeah.
Because it is a unique experience, right?
Yeah, it's very unique.
Yeah.
It's different.
Mm-hmm. Very different.
So that's me.
Yeah.
Thank you for giving me the floor for that spiel.
Of course.
Yeah. Now let's talk you, little miss. I ran a marathon today.
So proud of you.
Like 6 hours ago.
Yeah. No big deal.
Now I'm doing a podcast.
And we went for a dog walk a little bit ago.
We did.
Now we're doing a podcast. Calgary Marathon 2026. So this was my my goal marathon for sure to do I've ran Calgary 3 other times or 2 other times. I think this is my 3rd time.
It's your 3rd time.
Yeah.
So,
running Calgary. I love Calgary Marathon. They put on an amazing marathon.
Go ahead and show us your medal.
My medal is huge.
Oh my God, look at the size of that thing.
They also make it into a belt buckle because Calgary is cowboy country. But generally belt buckles are just reserved for ultra distances. But they make this into a belt buckle. It's huge though. And it's bigger, like the half 5 and 10Ks get a smaller one, but it's big, huge ribbon. But yeah, they do a great medal.
Size doesn't matter. Right?
No. It does. So then so I ran that today. It started early. So they changed some things up from previous years. We started at 6:45 a.m. So, I mean, you can't change that, but it's one of those things where it's like, oh my goodness, like we have to be leaving, like we stayed with my family. We have to be leaving their place. We have to be on the road like that much earlier. Yeah. And in my head, I'm thinking I need to have like coffee, my fuel, like my breakfast, some electrolytes and sodium and those sorts of things all before, but also have to let those work through my system, go to the bathroom 5 million times because I'm nervous about the race.
Poop, right?
No, I'm talking number 1.
Oh, okay.
I don't go number 2.
We keep this
we've had this conversation before. I've never done that. But yeah, and then you're thinking, okay, what time do I have to get up? I wanted to put braids in my hair. I was just like thinking of all these things. But anyways, the 6:45 a.m. start was actually like a huge blessing because the weather turned super hot. Yeah. And it was an absolutely beautiful morning this morning. The sun was shining. It was like really good temperature. I mean, a little chilly, of course, but just perfect. I'm like, okay, this is amazing. We got there. We got parking right away. So it was really wonderful. But my weeks, probably 2 weeks, and especially the last week leading up to this race was like, I said the same thing a couple of days, which I've never said before, but I was like, I don't think I could run this race because my cortisol was through the roof. We just had like so many random like
some things.
Yeah, like house sale stuff and career stuff and like no sleep and like we've been busier than we've ever been and just like all this like big life things kind of like one after the other. And it's
been a week.
Yeah, it's been a busy week and then no sleep on top of that for whatever factors. And so
Including last night. Like,
yeah,
really didn't sleep that
no,
well. We were up at 4:30.
yeah.
That's
So
a crazy early.
but before last night, so like Friday night, I did have a decent sleep. Just like you, I was like, okay,
Right. Yeah.
I actually have a little bit now in the
A bit,
bank.
yeah, a bit of a reserve.
So, but yeah, Wednesday, Thursday, no sleep. Like it was so bad. But yeah, I was like, well, I'm just gonna go and see what I can do. And I went in. I think because of the central nervous system like overload this week, I went into like a little bit like neutral and numb. Like I wasn't as super excitable. I was nervous.
Want to pinch you? Are you still numb?
But no, that I can feel that. Yeah.
It's good. She's back.
But I just as far as like, okay, numb might not be, maybe neutral is a better word, but just as far as knowing, because I've ran road marathons, anything can happen.
Yeah.
You can have cramping and you can't run any further. You have to stop and stretch it out. You can have gut issues. You can train all year long and race day may not be your day.
Right.
And I'm very well aware of that fact. And so going in, I was nervous about that for sure. So, but I'm happy to say that I did really good.
How good did you do?
So my finish was at 3:16.
What?
So
girl, get out of here.
My goal was so I have a Boston qualifying time that I have met by just by a few minutes.
We're going to Boston.
Yeah. And so I wanted to really make that buffer a lot bigger. And I have like a 20-minute buffer now.
You drive a bus through that buffer.
Yeah. So I'm going to be applying for, and we're already making plans to go to Boston because I think my buffer is big enough that I'm pretty much secured I think we know entry, a registration. Yeah. So that's what I wanted to happen. And so I definitely made that happen. And similar to you, like I ate more than I've ever eaten leading up to a race these last 2 days, but also during a race. So we've been really like kind of researching that high carb kind of lifestyle and fueling strategy and that kind of thing. And so I tried my best. I could have done better, as you've reminded me. You're like, you didn't eat this and you didn't eat this and you didn't drink this. But also I did drink lots of things.
You did.
And comparatively. And then I had some gels. I had a gel 20 minutes prior. I had a gel during. I had a carb drink during. Like that's huge for me.
Yeah, no,
it really is.
Yeah.
And so
Alyssa typically doesn't eat or drink anything.
Yeah, for the most, like truly, I'll do a couple
during
sips
an ultra
at an age
or during.
Yeah.
I'm not joking. It sounds like I'm joking, but I'm serious.
It's actually true.
She eats next to nothing and drinks next to nothing, and somehow doesn't perish. It's incredible.
Yeah, I know. I don't know how. But yeah, so this time, and then just the crowds and the fans. So for those of you, I don't know if you've done a road marathon, but you have your name generally printed on your race bib. And so, and this year the names were very large on our race bibs, and I heard my name dozens of times, and I was it was such a boost. Like, yeah, Alyssa, like these people I don't know. It was just such and I was one of the women that was kind of a little bit more at the forefront, I think, of my wave.
Oh, how did you finish amongst women?
Well,
do you remember?
Okay, let me think. I can't really remember, but so I was top 15 in the women across the board.
Yeah.
Of all women. And then I was second in my age group.
Holy
out of the
shit.
whole of Calgary.
I'm sitting here with a athletic superstar.
Yes.
That's amazing. So to finish second in the 20 to 25 category, how did you accomplish that?
Well, it's easy because I'm so young and little. I've never experienced any hardships in life. At 20 to 25. So I just ran. No, it was quite amazing. But yeah, and then same thing, the race just went off without a hitch. So you met me similar to when I met you halfway through. You met me at kilometer 21.
Yeah.
Almost the exact same. You met me with another bottle of water, and did you give me another gel?
I offered.
Yeah.
You declined.
I declined. Classic.
Yeah.
But and then you got the water in my pack. I gave you my empties.
It wasn't really a pit stop. I just kind of ran with you.
You ran with me because I didn't want to stop.
Swapped it out of your back on your vest, or on your not your vest, your shirt.
My shirt, yeah.
which you can talk about too.
Yeah.
But you didn't lose any time there. You just kept your speed. We kept going.
Yeah. Because I'm the kind of person that if I stop, it really like messes with my cadence and stuff. I'm like, I want to keep going.
Right.
And then, I put my headphones in. So I'm a massive, massive music listener when I run. And almost every time I run, I listen to something.
Spotify with ads?
No, I actually pay for the Apple Music subscription.
Sacrilege.
$10.
Yeah.
But I didn't listen to anything the first 21K.
Raw dogged it.
And then the last half, I listened to my music. So as kind of like a reward, I guess, for getting that far and just a little bit of a pick me up. And so, put those headphones in and then just kept trucking away.
I was impressed. Before you started, you said, if I get to you and my headphones are still not in, that I'm doing good.
Oh, really?
That's what you told me.
And that was actually my personal marker. Because I've ran a marathon like that before where I'm like the first half, because the vibes are so high and a lot of times you want to hear the cheering and there's so much to look at.
Yeah, there's a lot.
So they have live bands and stuff along the route and it's really fun. And like, I'm like, if I'm hurting though, and I've had races where I'm like hurting almost immediately and I'm like, those headphones are going in so I can just dial in. But so that was really good. And you asked me how I was feeling and I said good, but I was so hesitant to say anything else because anything can change. Like literally kilometer 22, I could bonk.
Yeah.
So it's so hard to be, but I was feeling good. My pace was really good. I had some stomach issues. Like I definitely had some nausea. I could have stopped in the porta potty to go number one only.
Of course.
Of course. But I didn't.
You held off.
And I know you want to make some sort of a joke. No, not me.
No jokes.
But and so then I just powered through and honestly, and it's funny because on course I ran into one of our friends from town,
right? And
he was running it. And he's like, he looks behind me and he's like, man, you're killing it. And he's super fast. And I don't know if he was like gunning for any specific time, but he ran with me for a bit. He's like, you're doing so good. And it was such a good, like out of all 20,000 runners, the very fact that we see people that we know is so crazy to me every time. Even in Victoria, we're not from Victoria. We see a friend from Red Deer while I'm running in Victoria.
It happens
randomly. But and then finished off with you, and you came the last kilometer. You came and found me and started running. And I was like thinking in my head, I'm going to start crying now and I have to run as hard as I can to the finish line. So I was almost going to like be like, just go to the side because I'm going to cry if I see you. But I heard what you were saying. Like, you're like, keep going. So, which that almost made me cry, but I was like, no, I'm just going to power through because I had my headphones in, but I could hear the music wasn't playing. And then I just went for broke kind of the last K or whatever.
Yeah.
And I heard them call my name on the loudspeaker. I heard my family shouting and finished. Went through the big old finish line. So that was, really good. And then you and my parents and brother and sister-in-law, nephews. Yeah.
It was really cool.
Yeah. It was really cool. And I'm lucky to have a massive support system. Not only you who go like to the ends of the earth. This guy made, and we should put it on social media or something, but the posters that he had made for me, the kids each do a poster. They weren't able to be at the race, but, and you had my family, like laminated posters.
Yes.
My family each held a poster and you just arranged where you're going to pick me up. And Calgary's not like with all the road closures, it's not an easy city to navigate during the marathon. And you're not from Calgary, so you're not familiar with it.
Fortunately for me, there is Google Maps and AI.
But still, it can be a little bit of a stressor.
Yeah, it was a 28-minute drive each way.
Yeah.
To get there.
Yeah. And then you still rallied my family. You got them the posters.
Oh,
like, I mean,
go.
Yeah. So it was amazing. It was so fun to finish. And
highlights, tips.
Oh my gosh. Highlights.
Can you walk me through can you do a block? Kind of a 0 to 10, 10 to 20, 20 to 30, 30 to finish sort of breakdown and what you were thinking. You said you were a little numb.
Yeah.
Did that change at all?
That sounds like bad, but
Not bad, like reserved.
Yeah, I was
perhaps.
reserved. Yeah. Yeah. Numb might not have been. I wasn't numb. Like I was almost crying at the start line because I had trained so hard. Like the marathon is an interesting one because it's a cumulative, it's the celebration, right? For all the training that you've done. And really, honestly, the training season has been good, but it's been there's been sacrifices to go out there and it's been hard. There's been lots of guilt and lots of like, fitting in runs when you can.
Right.
And making accommodations or being away from the home or not taking dogs for as long walks or whatever. And because you're pouring a lot into that, right? And so it's like the marathon is supposed to be the celebration. So I was definitely, before even starting, I was like, oh my gosh, I'm emotional, just the fact that we're here. But when I started, I was definitely, I think reserved is the better word, or kind of like a little bit neutral, just because you just don't know. I'm going to try my best. I know that no matter what, but you just don't know what's going to happen, right? So 0 to 10, I just was like, I wasn't thinking much, honestly. I was just kind of just keeping pace. I had the pace guy kind of in front of me.
Did your body feel awake? Were you, because you don't really warm up.
It takes me a really long time to warm up in a run. Yeah.
But you don't warm up before.
Oh, yeah, no.
Like some people are out running laps.
I know, yeah.
Stretching, which I know you've heard of that.
Yeah.
But
no, I don't know.
Do it.
I don't know that person.
Right.
But yeah, no, I didn't. I felt fine, like as far as that goes.
Okay.
But I was just not. I wasn't super warm, but I felt fine. I knew though it takes me about 6 to 8K at least to warm up. Sometimes it takes me a good 10. So I knew that first little bit would be like a little choppy feeling.
Okay.
But it wasn't bad because I've run Calgary before. They changed it up ever so slightly. But I knew like once I went down, towards the Calgary Zoo and I would turn around, I knew that was like 5K in my head. Like I kind of knew some of the markers. I try very hard not to actually look at the distance markers. I don't know why. It's a mental thing, but 10 to 20 felt pretty good, but I knew I was seeing you at 21 and I was looking forward to seeing you. So from 18, 19, 20, 21, it felt really long because I was excited to see you. But also I was like, it was a little bit of a boring stretch of road before you met me. Yeah. It's like that one area. And I dread it every time I do this marathon because it's a little bit boring. It's a lopsided, like the road is a little bit on an angle.
Yeah.
And so I just don't like that section. But then when I saw you at 21, that was perfect.
Okay.
And then as soon as you hit, and I'm not entirely sure what kilometer this is, but it is a turnaround.
Right.
So as soon as you go, I think it's down to kilometer 30.
Yeah.
Then you turn around, or maybe even 31. Then there's a turnaround. And right then I'm like, okay, I'm heading home.
Right.
Like you kind of get that in your head. And then you're like, I can do this then. Right.
There.
Yeah. And then I would say, honestly, the last 4K was the hardest.
Okay.
I was worried about the 30K mark a little bit, but I've ran a million runs over 30. But the last 4, I was just like, oh, my body's feeling tired. My legs were good. My mind was okay, but your mind does play tricks on you a little bit. Yeah. You're like, my body's getting fatigued.
But it is.
And it really is. Yeah. But the last 4, I was just like, oh, like, I know I can do this and fight through. And it was a little hard because the last 1 or 2 was when I caught up with all of the half marathoners who were going a little bit slow, and they were all over the road.
They kind of congested things for sure.
And actually coming towards you, you know how you were like, Alyssa's going to come at any point, like 1 kilometer away. I was getting caught up in the people.
Yeah, that so last kilometer, I think I met you at like 0.8 of a K.
Yeah, left.
But that last road, they need to police that area. And the same thing happened last year.
Yeah.
People are all over there.
Yeah.
Like they need to like barricade it so that people can't just wander across.
Because there was quite a few walkers. And that's the thing where they were walking in groups of like scooters, 3 in a row. Or 4 in a row, and it was like you couldn't get past them. So I think that was the biggest thing. But yeah, honestly, it just felt good. I didn't really have a specific mantra except for don't panic. I can get kind of panicky during a race.
You smashed it.
And yeah.
You were like Donovan Bailey
Jr.
But a woman that doesn't do 100-meter and does marathons.
Totally. Donna Bailey.
Mixed with Forrest Gump.
Exactly. That's who I want to be.
Just kept going. I have no other
no other
figures.
comparisons. A non-road runner right
Gump.
in front of you.
Yeah.
But yeah, so it was
Crushed
it was amazing. And I was like, this secures kind of my Boston time that I wanted. And my family's already planning to come to Boston. They're
You're a
like,
hero.
we're going to save money. And you were
So good.
crying. It
I
was so
was. I cried a
cute.
few
Yeah.
times.
We cry a lot together.
It's not true. That's fake. Fake news.
That sounds bad.
I'm a crier.
We're in tears a lot.
Aw.
But yeah, it was just really special. It was really wonderful to be there because last year I don't think I've ever told anyone this, like just on the pod, I mean, but last year I did run Calgary as well, but I had been, probably 2 months out of Calgary, my fitness started like rapidly declining. Even though I was putting the same training. And then little did I know till after Calgary, but I was extremely iron deficient.
Yeah.
And so in Calgary last year, I completely, bonked after 5K, I would say.
Yeah, you had a time.
I limped for the next, I limped the entire thing because try scraping my carcass off of the road. Like I was going to do it, but it took hours because I limp walked the entire marathon.
You still don't know what you actually got.
No, I'll never look at that terrible time.
Yeah.
But so going in this year, I was like, oh my gosh, I knew that wasn't going to happen, but because I've since taken blood tests and actually paid attention to those things. But
you're still low.
I'm still extremely low. Yeah. But either way, like I think that I was a little bit like nervous.
You're better off this year.
Yeah. So
you're a rock star. Cheers. You did great.
Cheers to
Anything
you
left to say on the race recap?
I don't think so. If anyone has any races that they've done, let us know.
We want to hear your stories too. This was fun.
Yeah.
We've had this in the last 7 days.
Yeah.
We've had these 2 races unfold, and I think perfectly.
Yeah.
Which is really not common. No. Most of the time, these things go to hell in a handbasket, so to speak.
And we've experienced that.
That's usually how it goes. I'm
Yeah.
sure the next race recap we do, that's probably more than likely what you're going to hear.
Yeah.
Because we're doing a trail race together, a relay race in 13 days at the Folding Mountain inaugural trail ultra.
Yeah.
And it's at the Folding Mountain Distillery, which is, I think, just outside of Hinton, in between Hinton and Jasper. We might have a shit time there because we've done exactly 0 elevation training since last summer.
Yeah.
And we've been told that there's mountains. And we have to go up and down them.
It does take place in the Rocky Mountains.
Alyssa's doing leg 1. I'm doing leg 2. So shout out to those folks. We don't yet know what this race looks like or what it all entails.
Yeah.
But I promise to read the emails you sent us regarding what we need to bring. Which might be...
But yeah, that said, like, we might do a race recap.
Yeah.
Recap.
And
and it might be a recrap because we were like, that was the worst. But anyways, I think that we were really intentional about leading up to these races with our fueling strategies. I consumed so many carbs and stuff. And I've had races where I haven't done that. And we were really purposeful about our sodium intake leading up.
Yep.
Not about sleep, clearly, or removing stressors in life, but at least about fueling. So I think that was really, it really spoke to how well we did in our races.
Things went great. It was it was a really tough week, but great results.
Yeah.
Couldn't have asked for more.
Very thankful.
Tell us about your, your race recaps.
Recaps. Yeah.
The good, the bad, the ugly.
Yeah.
I'd love to hear it all. Follow us, subscribe, give us a listen. This one we're going to put out right away. Yeah. So you guys will get this fresh off the marathon.
Yeah. Thanks for tuning in, guys.
Yeah.
And we'll see you next time.
Yeah. Good day.
Bye.
Bye.